painless process of 8 minutes with me wrapping something around this lovely woman's eyes, me holding the vision for her 100% that her eyesight is restored. Because I hold the consciousness, why not? She's God in drag. I will never say to this lady she has a bad eye. It won't be happening. Not on my watch. Not on my time clock. And the one daughter, now 2 daughters have heard of it, but the one daughter was actually sitting there for this. And I could see. It was as if somebody pulled back the veil and said, look what you're doing. You're holding your own mother in a spot that no one wants her in. And it was a very somber moment, a poignant moment, where, as I think of it now, she and I should have hugged each other and really cried at our own ignorance and how dangerous it is. Because the minute we can drop this nonsense, somebody's going to be healed. And I want this gal at 94, whenever it's her time to go, to drop the uniform completely. I'm holding the vision that she leaves here at least, minimum, with one eye up and running. Minimum. And I get goosebumps thinking about it. Now, the other thing, because many of you know, I work with all sorts of different modalities, and because I know it can happen. She's got this thing wrapped around her head. Now I'm holding her hand. Now I pull out my sacred healing crystal, beam in the other eye with my crystal, just loving her eye, because for years and years, that's how I've talked to people. And for good news, bad news, I'm very cautious now how I actually use the word beam, because it is connected with what I am involved with. But I can't take back 10 years of how I've talked to people and simply said, I don't know what I do. Get over here. Let's beam you up. And so in my humble attempt, being the light that I am, I thought, what the heck? Let's add goodness to goodness. That's a bit like saying, yeah, I'm telling you to drink the good water, eat the food without the GMOs, shop wisely. You know, I'm sorry to tell you this, GMO food causes fibroids and tumors. Case closed. You don't believe me? You start doing the research that my team had me doing for the past 4 years. Is it dark? Is it frightening? Is it nasty? Will it wake you up? Yep. Why would you want to wake up? I'll tell you why. When you start connecting with this sense of higher order, you can feel the presences moving greater grace right on through you. And all sense of separateness drops away. And it becomes, you move beyond labels. You move beyond right and wrong and good and bad and you're white and I'm black and I don't know about you guys, but I am so done with separateness. I'm really ready for a bigger experience. So there's many ways to get there, but you got to drop the old self. Really, it would have been lovely today for some of you to call in because I can almost feel like, oh, Elaine, what? Tell me what. All right, so we're still in the Rooster month. We're in Rooster month until October 7th, okay? Then we move into Dog month. Let me see. I've so lost track of even what day it is up here. What people said to me, did you have any problems with Maria? I think that's her name. I didn't even know I don't know. Did we? Maybe we did. So we got a few more days here until October 7th. We've got about a week and a half or so, maybe 2 weeks. You want to use this time, these 2 weeks, to really shape up both your mouth and your mind. For those of you who are listening for the first time, galactically speaking, as of July 26th, 2017, from a galactic perspective, we all stepped into what we call a seed year. It's got a very lovely name. It's called a yellow crystal seed year. Well, a seed year implies exactly that. What are you sowing with your mouth and your mind? Which is why I'm so conscious of that, which is why I'm sure I received kind of the thump of the forehead. Wait a minute. What is this about poor circulation? There's nothing poor about me. I'm a woman of substance. And many of you know there's been times when, no, I really haven't had 2 nickels to rub together. But dang it, I'm a woman of substance. And you are men and women of substance. So what could be poor? There's no poor knee. And anything you've been calling poor or bad, that's even worse yet. I don't know which is worse. They're both a low consciousness. Would you please take some time today to apologize? You know, we've got Yom Kippur coming up on Friday. I'm quite sure it's coming up on Friday. Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement. Oh, I wish Renee could tune in and go, yes, Elaine, you got it right. I'm quite sure it's the Day of Atonement. You ask for forgiveness. Where do you have to start with forgiveness? And what exactly does forgiveness mean? For those of you who have no idea what forgiveness means, would you please go on my website and order spiritual law, or contact me and order spiritual law, because it's a universal law. And of course, in this house of mirrors known as Earth, we got it backward. Forgiveness means give for. That was actually the original essence of it. Give up your old thinking and way of conditioned response for something new. Give the old up for the new. So, in my case, I give up. I forgive myself for a low consciousness of poor circulation. You know, some of these things become like a badge of honor, the red badge of courage. And it was a great excuse to move me to Florida in the first place in my 20s. Oh, poor circulation. I get to go into the warm. Oddly, okay, that's where I was meant to be. So it was useful, I guess. Although who knows what my destiny would have been without that marking. So we cling to these things. We keep honoring them. Oh, bad back. Can't do that. Really? You need to be putting hands on anywhere on your body that you've cursed. Because when you call something bad or poor, it's a curse. And under the law of blessings, what you bless, blesses you. What you curse, curses you. So it's very astounding to see these universal laws seep into the consciousness of hey, kids, you're in a seed planting year. What do you want to seed? What do you want to plant? And I do get a little bit, okay, I'm really still learning patience. I'm really working on it. Sometimes I think, oh, I've mastered it. And other times, not so fast, kid. See, intellectually I know that wherever you are on your journey is correct. It is sacred. It is correct. The teacher of me, the part of me that holds you in the highest light, is like 2 parts. The teacher says, come on, 2 plus 2 is 4. Repeat after me. Come on, use it, be it, okay? And the knower of me becomes, I want so much for you. It's like that mother that wants to see you to be able to walk across that room if you've been locked into a wheelchair. I want to see that for you. Because in some respects, we have been locked in wheelchairs here unwittingly and often against our will, mostly unconsciously, though. And the wheelchairs of life prevent you from getting into a rehab center where you're going to have to pull yourself up on those parallel bars. And dang it, you're going to have to learn to stand up straight. And you're going to have to learn to put one foot in front of the other. Yes, it may be gingerly and sometimes painfully. When I first heard about this really astounding tool that I'm using, which was only 6 weeks ago, as I mentioned earlier, I went to their first training period. Now, I'm a pretty brave girl. I've gone against society most of my life in a very loving, gentle way, with complete heart open and really not in your face, just gentle, like, oh, let me ring that tincture bell on your knee so that you can walk, and let's try to see if that surgery could not be completely off the table for now. And dang it, that's always happened. So it was odd when I went to this first training thing. I all of a sudden had that vision of, oh, here I have to put myself up on these bars again. I actually had a pang of, I don't think I want to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. I want to go home. I got a life to live. So it was not comfortable. I'm not particularly comfortable in large crowds. They make me unhappy. I want to go and retreat and remember who I am, because I can remember better for them who they are when I'm at arm's length sometimes. So it was very uncomfortable, but it really gave me pause for thought that, hey, at all times, we're given an opportunity to pull ourselves up, maybe stretch a little bit more, maybe take that next step. You know, this year, from a feng shui point of view, for those of you who have studied with me a little bit of feng shui and get a sense of what I'm talking about, the energy field that resonates with the emotion fear is in the center of everyone's house and your body, because your body is the house you carry around. So you think your fear level might be tested this year? Yeah, certainly will be. So you may have to face the unknown and the uncomfortable. But it's the time to do that. Every time these, what's called the flying stars in feng shui, change position, and many of you know they change position so frequently it is almost laughable. But the biggest change, of course, is annually. And in 2018, it will change again, not at the beginning of January, but at the Chinese New Year. And that's actually when we make all of the feng shui adjustments to our physical body, to our house, to the property, and you blend that in with numerology and you're good to go. Maybe you're good to move. I know one girl that actually attended this whole gathering with me over the weekend. She knows I get sort of odd information at odd times, especially when I step away. And I simply called her and said, it wouldn't surprise me if you have the opportunity to move to California next year. So get your ducks in a row. And you know what her response was? Thank you, Elaine. I had that sense and didn't know how to, was afraid of it, but thank you. I got it. So, yes, for this year, that one star, that's what we call it, the number one star, which resonates to your kidneys. Kidneys resonate to fear, corresponds to the emotion fear. So a lot of kidney issues this year, a lot of difficulty with purification in the body this year. People are having a tough time with purification. But this month, that one star for the month is also right in the center of your body. So it's like layer upon layer. And every day these stars change, which some of you, again, those of you who know me, Well, one aspect of me